Hey guys, it's Melanie, and I just got done recording my tag video, Beauty Things I Suck At, so I'm uploading that right now. Stella is still taking her morning nap, so I figured that I would just do one more video since I have a little bit of time. And I'm sort of laughing at myself right now. Look how ridiculous I look. So these are my bra straps because I'm a classy lady. I'm wearing this like polka dot bra with like this racer back tank top that I got from Costco. I just look like a hot mess today. I just don't care. I do plan on going to Walmart to see if they have some blinds for our downstairs windows. So I guess you don't have to get dressed up or look fancy for a Walmart, but I look interesting today. But again, I just don't care. So I wanted to do my review on the MAC Fix Plus. So I've been using this for a few days now, and lots of people have used this for years and years and years, and they love it. And I was always really hesitant because as those of you who have watched my videos for a long time know, I have super, super oily skin. And by super oily, I mean like I am a complete grease ball. If I don't put on my Milk of Magnesia primer, like my makeup will literally melt off my face in a matter of like 2 hours after putting it on. Like I have massive overproduction of oil, and that's just a genetic thing in my family. Can't get away from it. So I have to try to learn how to deal with it. So using the Milk of Magnesia as a makeup primer tends to work really well for me. I would be really sad if someday that stopped working because it is the only thing that I have found that works for me. I have tried every high-end or drugstore primer option that claims to be mattifying or oil controlling, and they just don't do anything. So back to the reason that I picked this up. Okay, so when I put on my Milk of Magnesia primer, sometimes if I over apply or I don't blend it in well enough, I will get a white cast, and usually that is around my eyebrows here. I tend to be a tiny bit dry just on the corners of my mouth here, and so that can look a little bit flaky there if I get the Milk of Magnesia over in that area. And just in the last few months, I've noticed that the Milk of Magnesia looks a little bit more drying on my skin. So my skin just looks a little bit more like powdery and not quite, like my makeup isn't blended as well. And I do use powder foundation, so I don't wear liquid foundation because it just doesn't work with my oily skin. The oil eventually does kind of come through the Milk of Magnesia, and with the powder foundation that is great because then it makes that look really kind of creamier and smoother on my skin. But liquid foundation just, again, wants to slide off my face, or it oxidizes like crazy. And lots of people have suggested lots of different liquid foundations, but they all tend to want to oxidize with my skin type. So that's a bummer. But I'm okay with using powder foundation. I have used that for years and years, and it works for me, and I can get it to look really nice. And, you know, I've worn powder foundation for pictures, and it has looked beautiful. But the one thing that I have noticed is that around certain areas of my face, until that oil comes through a little bit, my skin just looks older and drier. So I wanted to try this because I wanted to be able to have something that I could spray over my face right after I finish my makeup that would help soften the effect of the powder foundation. And then, you know, just make it look nicer. So what I've been doing with this is I've been trying it a couple of different ways. So I have either sprayed it on right after I've put on my Milk of Magnesia and just kind of patted it into my skin, which helps reduce that white cast and adds a little bit of moisture. I have also just sprayed this on after I have applied my makeup. So today I applied it right over the Milk of Magnesia and then let that dry and then went about with putting on, you know, my powder foundation and everything else. I think that that is probably my most preferred method. What I have found is that if I use this afterwards, after all of my makeup is done, it tends to want to make the makeup settle into my forehead lines. So I have an overly expressive face, I think. You know, I make like a million different faces when I'm talking, which is usually bad because I can't hide the way that I feel about people when they say stupid things. Because I will literally just, like, I'll do this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I won't say, are you kidding me? But my face will have, are you kidding me written all over it. So, I have to work really hard at that because of the industry that I'm in. You have to make friends. And you can't think other people are stupid. And I'm in the wedding industry. So, I mean, I hear a lot of silly things from clients, not so much clients, but from other vendors sometimes. And, yeah, so I struggle with that. My business partner is much better at just, you know, smiling and like, oh, okay, no worries, we'll take care of that. I can't do it because I will literally, I can't hide it. Not that I needed to go off on that tangent. Back to this. So I like it. Do I love it? No. Maybe there's something better out there. I like the smell of this. I like the fact that it's really light moisturization. I could totally see myself using this just at night as like a nighttime moisturizer because I don't need a lot of moisture. You know, I'll put it where I need it, which is this dry patch here and here, and then like right here. Like I don't need like a nighttime cream or moisturizer. You know, I know a lot of people like to put on these heavy, like luxurious creams before they go to bed. I don't need that. My skin is so oily, and when I have done that in the past, it's gotten even oilier. My skin just doesn't balance out. And I know that for a lot of people, if they, you know, put on extra moisture or whatever, it tends to balance their oil control. My skin just, it doesn't react that way. It just keeps getting oilier. So I have the moisture from the moisturizer, and then I have my oil on top of it, and it just creates like a super oil slick. Whereas before I just had an oil slick. So yeah, my skin does not work the way that most people's skin work. It's just it's like opposite skin. But I could see this being like a great thing that I can just spray on my face at night before I go to bed. I haven't tried that yet, but maybe I'll try it tonight. It does not seem to break me out. So normally if something is going to break me out, it's going to do it within the first day or two. Like my skin is very reactive when it doesn't like things. I'm not sensitive. I don't react to most things, but you know, if my skin doesn't like something, I'm going to start breaking out right away. So I don't really have any breakouts right now. I do have a little blemish right here, but that's because I was kind of like picking at my face there. So that's not from this. But other than that, nothing. It feels nice and cooling. I could see this being really nice during the summer, like just as like a cooling, like refreshing mist. Maybe nice if you put it in the fridge and then spray it on. Yeah, so I don't use it for, you know, the way that normal people use it, which is to set their makeup. I don't think that this would set my makeup, again, because it, you know, it did cause that creasing in my forehead lines to get a little bit worse when I use this afterwards. So I'm not going to use this after I apply my makeup, but I do like it right after I apply the Milk of Magnesia. Last thing, the smell is really light. It's kind of like an herbally kind of scent almost. It's not overpowering. I don't smell it long after I apply the product. So for those people who are smell phobes, I mean, it's not unscented, so you're going to smell something in this, but it's not terrible. I am a little worried that my little sprayer tube thing doesn't go all the way to the bottom. So I think there's going to be like a good amount of product down here that eventually I won't be able to get out, which is always a little bit of a bummer, but not a big deal. And I don't think there's any way to like get this off of here, which is clever of them because then you can't refill it with anything else. By the way, I have also used this to apply a MAC pigment onto my lids. The other day I was playing with mauve mint pigment and sprayed my brush and then dipped it into the pigment and applied it, and it gave that beautiful kind of foiled look to the eye, and I really like that. And I have also used this to, I think it was this one here, the NYX Aloha, which is kind of a fun champagne shimmer type shadow. So I use this wet with the Fix Plus, and it works great. I don't notice a difference between using this and using water, but maybe it lasted longer. I didn't really pay attention, but I do know that it's good for that, so I don't have to take my little brush to the bathroom sink and wet it and then put her on back to my office here and then finish my makeup. So it's nice for that. So overall, I like it. I don't know that I'll repurchase it, but I think it was a good thing to be able to try. A lot of people have told me to try it, and yeah, it's nice. We'll see if I end up repurchasing it. I don't think I'm going to become addicted to it or anything. I know a lot of people are, but it's just not that for me. And I paid, it's 21 bucks, so it's not like a huge investment, but nice to have. I'll keep it, and yeah. So if you guys have any questions about how this does on my particular skin type, again, I'm oily. I'm not dry. I can't tell you what this would do for dry, combo, or normal skin. I don't know. I'm assuming it would work great. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it would break you out. Maybe it wouldn't. It varies for everybody. So, you know, take this review with a grain of salt, but I like it. So if you have any questions, leave me a comment below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.